Tonight, authorities in Rhode Island are unraveling a disturbing case that has left an entire community searching for answers. 8 individuals are now facing a range of serious charges, including murder and kidnapping, in connection with the death of 24-year-old Erica Bader, a pregnant woman whose body was found in a wooded area late last month. Investigators say the case spans multiple cities, involves allegations of long-term abuse, and raises urgent questions about how a young woman could become isolated, controlled, and ultimately killed by people her family describes as total strangers.
According to relatives, Erica Bader began staying at a house in Central Falls earlier this year. They say she barely knew the individuals living there, but over time became trapped in an environment that officials later described as unsafe and deteriorating. A welfare check was conducted at the property in April, yet Bader was nowhere to be found at the time. Her family would later claim she tried to leave the home at least once but was pulled back inside and prevented from escaping. For months, they say they feared she was being abused but had no tangible evidence or access to help her. The case escalated on October 27th when police discovered Bader's body in a wooded area in Pawtucket. Investigators have not disclosed how she was killed, but relatives say she was attacked before her death and that she was pregnant at the time. In the days following the discovery, authorities searched the home where she had been staying. The conditions inside led animal welfare officers to remove more than 46 cats and 4 dogs, describing the environment as unsanitary and concerning. The situation added another layer to a case that already revealed a troubling pattern of instability, control, and possible coercion inside the residence. As the investigation progressed, prosecutors brought charges against 8 individuals. 5 of them, Andrew Cornell, 28, Joshua Brunell, 35, Elizabeth Durand, 41, Stephanie Bletzer, 37, and Brittany Terpening, 34, are charged with murder and kidnapping. The remaining 3, Christopher Kordylewski, 22, Joanne Miller, 26, and Cheryl Blakely, 36, face counts of kidnapping, conspiracy, and failing to report a death. City officials, including the mayor of Central Falls, called the case heartbreaking and horrific, offering condolences to Bader's family and saying no community should endure such a tragedy. For investigators, the challenge now is reconstructing the timeline, determining exactly when Bader was restrained, when she attempted to escape, and when the events that led to her death actually occurred. With charges spread across 8 defendants, prosecutors will need to establish individual roles who directly participated in the killing, who facilitated the confinement, and who may have helped conceal evidence afterward. Evidence is expected to include forensic analysis from the wooded area, digital data from phones belonging to the suspects, and accounts from witnesses who interacted with the household over the past year. These pieces will be essential to proving not only how Bader died, but how long she may have been deprived of safety before her killing. Experts say cases involving multiple suspects often reveal patterns of group reinforcement, where abusive behavior escalates because no single individual intervenes. In such environments, responsibility becomes diffused, making it easier for violence to worsen over time. Investigators may look closely at whether there was a dominant figure in the household, or whether group dynamics contributed to the control relatives say Bader experienced. Criminologists also point out that victims isolated from family support or living in unstable conditions are at greater risk of manipulation and coercion, making them vulnerable to escalating abuse. From a legal perspective, prosecutors may build their case around 2 key themes: collective responsibility and sustained confinement. If physical evidence cannot clearly identify the fatal act committed by a single individual, the prosecution can still argue that the group acting together created the circumstances that led to Bader's death. This approach relies on conspiracy statutes, kidnapping laws, and the principle that individuals who participate in a chain of events resulting in death can be held accountable for the outcome. Defense attorneys, in contrast, may attempt to separate their clients' roles. arguing they were unaware of the abuse or that they played no part in the killing itself. With 8 different defendants, plea deals, conflicting statements, and internal accusations are all possible as the case moves forward. Meanwhile, community leaders emphasize the broader questions raised by this tragedy. How a vulnerable woman became trapped in a home filled with instability. Why earlier welfare checks did not reveal the danger she was in. And what systems failed to identify the risk before it was too late. As officials continue reviewing the evidence, Bader's family is left mourning a daughter and a grandchild they say were taken from them by people she barely knew. For now, they are asking for justice, clarity, and accountability, and the community is watching closely as the investigation proceeds.